And you may or may not be wondering what plant is that, Paul. And today we're going to talk about Aloe arborescens, also known as torch aloe or mountain bush aloe. It's very, very common in Southern California, spread throughout anywhere coastal. It does really well in the climate. It's native to southeastern Africa, but this one can get to be a big succulent, and has very beautiful flowers. So this is a cutting from a mother plant. It's about 5, I'd say, years old, and gets a bit of overspray from our lawn here, as you can see. And what is so beautiful about this aloe is the torches, where it gets its namesake. So as you can see, it's almost January here, and it's just starting to bloom. It's early in its bloom cycle here, and you can see most of them are not quite open yet, but they definitely are profuse and very beautiful. This plant's hardy down to about 25 degrees. It was 33 degrees this morning here. It got up to about 34 right now, and as you can see, it didn't affect this plant at all. What's great about the Aloe arborescens, also known as torch aloe, is they grow 6 to 9 feet tall and about 12 feet wide in huge clumps. And depending on how cold it is or how much sun it gets, the leaf color can change. So as you can see, the spines are marginal, I'd say. They're very soft. They're not painful. This does not hurt at all. But you can see that they will change colors, get to a kind of bronzish color, or kind of a more green to a blue color. Definitely easy to grow from a cutting, as you can see here. It's pretty dense in there, but you can see I'd probably trim something right about here, as low as I could, and pull it out, and it will definitely take and grow really well. So you could spread these out. As you can see, nectar-eating creatures love them. The flowers have not quite opened yet. They're about to, but I've seen other videos on YouTube on this very common plant that is in Southern California. But the blooms are always open. So I think they actually look really cool when they're closed, kind of like a torch, almost like a scale or dinosaur. I mean, I almost see some protea in there too. Some of the just structure, in my personal opinion, or also maybe a conifer. But either way, this aloe is amazing. It's one of my favorites. This plant I got from my uncle in Poway, and he bought a property, and it was a huge clump. So this mother plant comes from something at least from, like, I'd say 1960s. I think that's when the house was built where he lives, and that's where I got it. And as you can see, it's just does fine. It was very coldest night of the year last night, and this thing's doing great. Also added benefit is if it's super drought tolerant. In Southern California, you would never have to actually water it once it acclimatizes to your soil and your environment. So it's very drought tolerant. It can survive periods of drought. Lots of people just throw it in the yard and forget about it and let it do its own thing. However, you do have to give it a whole lot of space. This plant gets really big. So we'll keep them coming. Give us a like and a subscribe, and have a warm, frosty, free day. Bam. Dude, it's creepy.